Welcome to episode 13, Lucky 13. So in between episodes, I did do like I said I was going to do, and I took all the fields and I just kind of rounded the corners. That should help us. The other thing is switching from yesterday, March, to today, April, the sawmill over here got finished, and I turned on all the productions for it. Long planks, the short planks, the beams, the carpentry thing was making some furniture. So I had 4 types of pallets. And then the new sawmill also made some pallets, including it also made modular walls or whatever. And I'm like, oh, let me load all this stuff up. Well, when I went to load it all up is when I discovered a huge problem. They don't like auto stack together very well. It was a huge, huge mess to the point that I've modified the sawmill. We are only doing wood beams. That's it. Wood beams are on. Everything else is turned off. Okay. Only wood beams. And I think that'll be fine. I think that'll still be fast enough with just one production. If it's not, we'll just upgrade it again. We'll just keep upgrading it. But I do not want to deal with 50 different types of pallets. The other thing is my trailer. Well, my truck. I modified the truck. I found out I could put another axle on it. So, of course, I need a third axle. Why wouldn't I? That trailer, though, I finally switched it out and got a different trailer. And this trailer is not much more than the other trailer. But the other trailer, the problem always was the straps. There weren't enough straps. This trailer has a lot more straps. Now, there's still a weird thing with this trailer where right here, the straps are spaced farther apart here than they are anywhere else on the trailer. So it's still kind of lined up weird with small pallets, which is why I'm doing the beams, because the beams are long enough. For whatever reason on this trailer, long planks load sideways, which looks silly because I don't know how you would forklift them on there. But then also I ended up with planks there with no straps. So I'm like, okay, we're just doing beams because they'll load fine. This thing's got more straps. So it'll be better when we haul the lettuce behind us. And then I put the triaxle on. All right. So long story short, I sold all of the wood stuff that we had. We still have a bunch of lettuce. I mean, we sold all of our lettuce in February, so we just started building up lettuce, right? But I sold all of the wood, beams, planks, blah, 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 and emptied it all out. And I got a whole bunch of money out of it, like $500,000 out of it. And I put it all, for the first time ever, I started paying the loan down. There's the 500 I made. I made 564,000 selling all that wood stuff. Does it show me where? No, it doesn't really tell me how much I paid the loan down. Well, the loan was 1.2 or 1.3 million or whatever. Now it's 885,000. And I thought about paying down this because this actually costs us a lot more. This is $15,000 a day. And the loan is this is 3 times as expensive. The loan's $5,000 a day. This is $15,000 a day. So I thought about paying this down, but the difference is this at $15,000 a day is paying all these things off. In 47 months, they're all paid off. The loan at $5,000 a day, it never goes down. 5 years from now, we'll still owe $885,000. So yeah, I put $500,000 on the loan just to kind of get it going down. I think we got enough equipment and stuff to get us through for a while. I need to reorganize some stuff in there. I don't know where I'm going to park stuff yet. I thought about tearing the barn down and building another big building, but I don't really want to deal with that right now. But anyways, before we start planting. Yeah, so my plan, productions-wise, obviously we've got the, sawmill thing going, but that's not really helping us with our fields. I have, because I think this is where we're going to go with the production situation, an industrial bakery, and it takes milk and eggs, and it takes flour and butter and strawberries, and I think I can grow strawberries. Ugh. I didn't actually have to come over here. Yes, so I could grow strawberries here. So we could grow strawberries here. We've got some cows, so we could get milk from them. We could take the milk also and make butter somehow, right? Didn't it say it needed butter? I think that's a stick of butter. Yeah, so then you need a dairy, right? So there's a dairy somewhere. there's the dairy production, right? So then the dairy production can make some of those things. And then what else did it need? Oh, flour. So that's wheat. So I know we can grow flour. We can take the wheat and we can grow wheat. We can have a production to turn it into flour. And then that output from that production can go to the bakery. But the bakery can also take the strawberries. They can take the butter. They can take the milk. They can take eggs, which means we're going to need chickens. And then the chickens can eat wheat or sorghum. Yeah, so that's kind of my plan is we're going to get a bunch of fields planted with stuff, and we're going to use it either to feed the animals or we're going to use it in the in-game production. So we'll have a whole bunch of stuff feeding into stuff. That's kind of the long-term plan. Now, as far as the 3 fields, I think eventually, because this is the home farm and the cows are there, and that's really not, you're not going to have milk cows and just like a pasture outside. You really need a barn. I already know eventually we'll tear this down and we'll build a bigger silo there. And so I think this will probably kind of go away. But we're going to need cows and we're going to need chickens. And I think eventually it's going to be this field. This is where the cows and the chickens will be. But we'll keep the big field over there and that field across the street and that field over there. And I think also long term, my next goal for fields, where's the map at? My next goal for fields is going to be 15 and 11, because if you chop some trees down, and let me just go over here, like it starts to go uphill a little bit, but it's not bad. And you got these trees jutting out. If we just chopped some trees down in this little triangle and bought both of these fields, yeah, it's kind of a messed up field, but you could almost just go straight line to straight line, kind of curve that around. And oh, wait, we own all this. You could just kind of curve that around and then try to get it. It's still going to be kind of chopped up over here. It's going to be this really weird shape, but you could basically turn it into one pretty decent sized field. Nowhere near as big as this. And, this is a decent sized field. That's not very big. And of course, that's an okay field, but we're going to lose that to animals. But then we're going to end up like these will be our fields, right? There. And then kind of these two, and then that's our grass field there. And I thought about buying this little field here too and making it a grass field because I don't think it's really good for that much else. Unless we needed to grow. If we needed to grow green beans or something, I don't know, sugar beets. I needed sugar. I can't grow sugar cane. Can I get sugar from sugar beets? That would be the only way I would do sugar beets, is if we needed sugar and we were doing it on a little tiny field. All right. Well, anyway, so with this thing, I know we're going to need we can use wheat. We already have canola going. Okay. So I want to grow sorghum and wheat. Now give me another second. Yeah, it doesn't say in the help menu. In my mind, I was thinking sorghum was a little better for some reason, but I don't think we get wheat from that. I don't really remember. I don't remember, to be honest with you. You wouldn't want to grow the exact, even if wheat was the number one best thing, you wouldn't want to grow wheat in every field every year. You would want some kind of crop rotation. So I'm thinking wheat and sorghum. Kind of like to make this, because I don't need 1,000,000 tons of straw. Hold on, fold back up. No, we're going to do wheat in the other field. This will be sorghum and the other field's going to be wheat. Oh man, wait. Oh, I need a planter. No, fold back up. I don't care. We're off to a great start here. I'm like, I don't need a bigger planter right now because everything, I was thinking sorghum came out of a seeder and not a planter. And I'm like, no, we just need a big seeder. We don't need a big planter. Well, either way, I'm going to come over here. We're going to plant this field with wheat because we need some straw for TMR. And I think this will be plenty of straw for TMR. And do I need to do course play, or are you going to be good on your own? You should be good on your own. Wrong season for this work. Oh, I can't plant spring wheat on this map for some stupid reason. Where is this at in the Midwest or wherever they think this town is that you can only plant wheat in the fall? That makes no sense. I always forget that because it's so not right. Okay, well, I have to have some kind of straw, right? I have to have some kind of straw, and I can't do wheat and I can't do barley, which are the two that the chickens would eat. So that doesn't matter. We weren't going to get the chickens yet anyway. So I'm just going to do oats because oats will get me some wheat. And then I don't really need the oats. I don't really care. I need to get a planter, though, now. So let's send this tractor. Oh, let's go get the planter and send it to the store and sell it. And let's go buy a bigger planter now that I realize sorghum needs a planter. I for sure thought, same way I thought like soybeans could come out of a seeder or something, even though I know like you use a planter to plant soybeans, I thought like a seeder could plant soybeans too, just because they're so small. I guess they're not that small. But anyways, this is, yeah, I'll see you at the store. I mean, hey, we just sold that for $65,000. So, I mean, you know, that's good. I'll be able to put down quite a bit on the new planter that I wasn't intending on buying. Well, I think we're going to go with this one. I can't find one that I'm super happy with. I mean, there's some good ones. There's some good planters. They're just $300,000-$400,000. Can't really justify that. Even if I could justify it, we don't really need a planter that big on this size map, you know? Like, we don't need a, you know, whatever it is. What's a DB120? A 24-row planter or something? Yeah, we don't need that much. This is a good planter, and it uses solid fertilizer. Most planters take liquid fertilizer, so this using solid's good because we're using solid fertilizer on literally everything else. I'm not crazy about this planter just because of its design. You just look at it and you're like, that can't be real. They didn't really design literally the planter, but it goes sideways on like a trailer instead of figuring out how to make it fold up. I don't know. I just look at that and I'm like, that can't be a real thing. It looks like some child imagined that because it just seems too crazy. Anyways, so let me go back to the farm, fill this up, and we'll start planting sorghum in the big field. I mean, just look how ridiculous this thing is. Right? That can't be real. That can't be real. It's too crazy. It's too crazy. Every other planter like this that looks like that just has a hinge here and a hinge here, and these two things just fold in. And the whole thing picks up and spins. I don't know. It's just crazy. We should be able to use just a regular helper on this. Let this guy do his thing. Looks like the other one is done. Let me double check and make sure he didn't skip any spots. I think I'm just going to plant oats in this field as well. I don't really have, I can't do what I want to do. I need wheat and I need barley, and I can't plant either one. I could do soybeans over here, but then I would need the planter, and he's going to be busy in that field with the sorghum for a while. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. I wonder if I can fertilize now that I've planted. Let me check. No, let me fertilize that. Oh man, that strip tiller thing. It's useless. It's useless. It's like you can put fertilizer down, but if they just made it fertilize and then cultivate, which is realistic, you wouldn't cultivate and then fertilize, but I don't know. I'm just frustrated. All I want the equipment to work like it works in real life. It's not that complicated. Like, make it work like it works in real life. Okay, well, so my stream deck messed up and somehow the icon got backwards. So basically I press the button to record. I look over, it shows it's recording. I start talking to you guys. I record for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. I press the button to stop recording. It shows it's stopped recording. I do that for the last hour, bring you back here or there, update you. Just now though, I'm like not recording, and I look over though at actual OBS on my second monitor and it's recording. And I'm like, what? I go back through the last 5 little video segments I've recorded, and yeah, it was the opposite the whole time. So every time I press the button to start recording, I stopped the recording. The whole time I'm talking to you guys, I'm not recording. And as soon as I'm done talking to you guys and I press stop, then it starts recording. So I have like 6 videos of when I'm not talking or doing anything. So just to give you an update, everything's almost done. We're rolling this field now, which I don't think it even needed rolled. I did install a mod that made it to where you don't have to roll things that don't actually need rolled in real life. So this didn't need rolled, but I just rolled it anyway. Because I'm not for sure. Sorghum, I don't know if you roll sorghum or not. I have no idea. Like, I know you don't roll corn. You would never roll corn because the corn header is too high off the ground. There's no reason to roll a corn. But anyways, so I'm rolling this field and then we're done for the year. And I got the semis parked here. I got these things kind of jammed back in there. I put this guy away. I got the seeder and the planter in there. These things are still out because I'm still confused about the herbicide. I have not sprayed any herbicide, but nothing shows as having weeds, and I don't know why. I don't know if that's because normally you plant and then you can spray to stop the weed. I don't know. I'm confused by that. I'm just going to wait one growth cycle and see what happens. And then I know I'm going to have to do more fertilizer, but that'll be next month. So basically there's nothing I can do. I've just been slowly advancing time to see if there'd be a contract that would pop up or something, and nothing's popped up. And see, I don't remember. I was talking to you guys. I was telling you how, like, we're going to tear this down and we'll build a new grain site there. I was talking about how we would move this over into here, like with a bigger, we'll have a bigger cow set up and a bigger chicken. I don't know if that got recorded or not. I have no idea. What a mess. What a mess of an episode. I don't know what I recorded or not. Well, you didn't really miss that much, right? You didn't really miss that much. Just fields. All right. Well, see you guys next time.